In this session, we will be learning factorization by using factor theorem. In that process, let's first remember the factor theorem. Let fx be a polynomial in x. X minus a is said to be a factor of fx if f of a is equal to 0. We will use this factor theorem in order to factorize different quadratic and cubic expressions. We first begin with a quadratic expression. Let's take this problem. Factorize x square minus 5x plus 6 by using factor theorem. Here we go with the solution. We take let fx is equal to x square minus 5x plus 6. Now, the first step of the sum is to get fx is equal to 0 for some value of x. That is, we want to find out for what value of x, fx will be equal to 0. How do we achieve that? We will substitute different values of x in fx and check whether it is giving 0 or not. If it gives 0, fine. Otherwise, we will move on to the next value. Like, I have first substituted x is equal to 1 here. F of 1 is equal to 1 square minus 5 into 1 plus 6, which when we simplify gives me 1 minus 5 plus 6 is equal to 2, which is not equal to 0. So we move on to the next value of x. I substitute x equal to 2. F of 2 is equal to 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6, 4 minus 10 plus 6, which has given me 0. So, by factor theorem, I may conclude that x minus 2 is a factor of it. Since fx is equal to 0 for x equal to 2, x minus 2 is a factor of it. Now, this process is called trial and error method. What is trial and error method? Trial means experiment. The principle of this method is keep on experimenting until you get success. What is success here? Success is getting fx is equal to 0. So, in order to get that, I was substituting different values of x. Now, you may raise a question here. This process may lead to infinitely many value of x. Yes. But there is a process by which we can minimize our job in this case. See that. Our fx was x square minus 5x plus 6 and the constant term is 6. We identify the constant term and then we find out the factors of 6. What are the factors of 6? The factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. If I also consider the negative values, that is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 6, then there are at most 8 values for which this has to be tested. Okay, but in practice you do not have to see so many values. You can get it for at most 1 or 2 or 3 values. So now we move on to the problem of factorization. We have already identified x minus 2 is a factor of it. So here is x square minus 5x plus 6. Since we know that x minus 2 is a factor of it, I have written x minus 2. Now, with what quantity should x minus 2 be multiplied so that the first term x square gets adjusted? Very simple answer. I will multiply it with x. Now see, what have you got in that process? X into minus 2, you have got minus 2x. Okay. You write x minus 2 once more since x minus 2 is a factor. Now, I will multiply this x minus 2 by some quantity so that minus 2x and this quantity added together should give me minus 5x. With what should I do that? Okay. I've got minus 2x here and I need minus 5x. So the question is, how much more should I add with minus 2x in order to get minus 5x? Answer is minus 3x. Those who do not understand how is it minus 3x, here is a way of doing it, you see. What you need is minus 5x. Minus 5x is what you need. What you have got is minus 2x. Subtract what you have got from what you need. Minus 5x minus of minus 2x gives you minus 3x. This is what you have got. This is what you need. What you need minus what you have got will give you the required quantity. So you need minus 3x here. So with what should x be multiplied in order to get minus 3x? It is minus 3. Okay. Now as you do that, see, minus 3 into minus 2 gives you plus 6, which is the last term of the expression. So the last term automatically has got adjusted. And this is also a confirmation. When you get the last term automatically adjusted, that is also a confirmation that your adjustments are correct. So now we take x minus 2 common and we are left with x from here minus 3. So x square minus 5x plus 6 has been factorized as x minus 2 into x minus 3. Remember, I have not used middle term factorization to factorize this. We have done this factorization by using factor theorem.